All right, so for today's testing, I removed the car stock with expansion chamber and just ran the line straight from the back of the 2 times 12-gram Umerix to the back, directly to the back of the ASA of the X-68. We're gonna let it do 2 pre-cycle charges, and then I'll take it downstairs and let it complete a 3rd pre-cycle. Preheat, I mean. A total of 3 preheat cycles. All right. Waiting on the first cycle. The first cycle is always a little bit longer. Okay, the first cycle has completed. The heat active LED is out, no longer illuminating. And we have the 12-volt green power on LED on. Let's take a quick reading here. Looks like about 90 degrees. Yep. Let's see what we got over here. On the output side of the MCS 8890 gram on and off, we are at about 75 degrees. About 73 coming into the back of the X-68. Okay, if you don't want to watch the preheat cycles, feel free to fast forward to the live fire. Once we get this cycled, the preheater has cycled twice, then I'll go ahead and I'll cut this video and we'll take up downstairs and we'll go ahead and allow it a 3rd cycle, preheat cycle, and then we'll go ahead and puncture the handle first, and then we'll puncture the 12 grams in the Umerix 2 times 12 cylinder. This should be activating the 2nd preheat cycle any minute here. We're down to the thermal switch is sitting at about 87 degrees, so it should be right around the temperature that it should complete the circuit again and start preheating. This test is to see, without the expansion chamber, to see how the gun performs. And ideally, I want to see if it'll get full pressure or if we're still seeing a reduction of pressure through the on and off switch. I suspect there is a drop. Okay, so the red heating active light just turned back on. So we are once again in a heating cycle. This one should go a little faster. The heating element, just above the heating element, we're 160, 70 degrees Fahrenheit climbing. $180, $185. It usually peaks out about, at the most, around $250. Although we may not even see it get that high. It all depends on that thermal switch. That thermal switch is going to open the circuit at 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me see what we're getting on the thermal switch. About 86 there. Yeah, we're at, whoa, actually, the heating element's at about it spiked at 272. All right, the heating cycle has deactivated. I'm not getting a good reading with this laser, that's what it is. All right, so we've had 2 cycles, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video now and we'll take up at the downstairs. All right, so we're back downstairs. And today we're going to be doing some follow-up testing. I have removed, temporarily for testing, I've removed the Vulcan car stock. This way we can eliminate the expansion chamber that's built into that stock. Although I did kind of have it, the capacity of that expansion chamber, I did have it reduced. I had it filled with a material to reduce the capacity, but we're going to test it with it completely out of the circuit. So we're directly going in now from the 2 times 12 gram Umarex cylinder directly into the back of the X-68. I did 2 preheat cycles upstairs in the office prior to coming downstairs. We haven't started a third yet. I expect that to probably start up shortly. Well, we just started a third preheat. The red light's on, so so what I ended up doing, and hopefully this resolves or at least helps anyways with the mag drop issue that I was experiencing. I ended up filling in the little opening that the follower locks into. So it doesn't look too pretty. A little bit of JB Weld steel stick. Just put a little bit there. I did that on all 3 magazines. So now you'll notice it won't lock. This way the follower won't lock in. Hopefully that resolves the issue with it locking in and causing the balls to bounce around in here and ultimately causing the mag to drop. At least I'm hoping that. So we'll see how it goes. Forgive me for my voice. My voice is a little hoarse today. So we got 3 mags. First mag is a 9.9 gram Riot balls. And then I also have a magazine of the 8.5 or 8.6, either 8.5 or 8.6 gram less lethal ballistics Smasher rounds, Smasher XL. We got 6 of those. And then the third magazine, I wanted to do a variety of ammunition to see, you know, um, which ammunitions cause a problem with mag drop. Hopefully none of them do now, but we'll go from there. So these are the Alien Play, the dark gray, solid aluminum, 7.3 gram Alien Play. And again, I also blocked out the follower lock there. This one actually is a magazine that broke on me, so I have a nail in there for a follower bit. So we'll see how that works, and we'll go from there. All right, so that would have been three preheat cycles. Okay, so I'm gonna pierce the 12 gram in the handle, and then after I do that, I'm gonna pierce the 2 in the Umrix. I did test for leaks earlier. There was no major leaks. I think I still have some kind of a slow leak somewhere because I had left it pressurized for a while, came home from the store and found it was depressurized. So it ain't holding the air for a long time anyways. But we'll see. But at least it's holding long enough to be able to shoot. So all right, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so what we have is 5, 6, 7. We have still climbing a little bit. We got about 700 psi from the handle, CO2 in the handle, and nothing on the mini gauge because I haven't punctured that yet or closed the on and off. So now we're going to puncture the mini gauge. Excuse me, we're going to puncture the Umrix 2 times 12. Okay, I think we got a good puncture. This has risen up there. Okay, and we have, looks like 1,000 preheats coming back on. All right, so it looks like we have about 1,000. So if I puncture it before, just between two and 3 preheat cycles, I can control the temperature enough where it can also control the pressure. So we're sitting at about actually it looks more like 1,100. I'm losing my voice. Okay, about 1,100 there, and we're at 700 on the big gauge. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on the on and off. Okay. Looks like we dropped right down to 1,000 psi after turning the on and off switch on. Okay. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're creeping up to about 900 on the big gauge. Okay. So 1,000, so there's still 100 psi drop between these 2 gauges. So I did hear back from MCS. They claim that this on and off is good between 800 and 1,000. They couldn't really tell me for sure if there was any kind of built-in regulation or not, but they just said the output's going to be between 800 and 1,000. So yeah, we got a good 900 there. And we're sitting at where's that gauge? Sitting at 1,000 here. Okay, 1,000, and working pressure looks to be 900. All right. Get the X radar out. We'll be taking chronograph readings today. Let's see if these magazines keep dropping. If it does drop, I hope it just doesn't hit the floor because I need a third hand to catch the darn thing. So, all right, we're gonna start with the 9.9 riot balls, 9.9 gram 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 of those in here. Okay. Turn on the laser. And it's tough because I don't have the stock and I can't push up against this, so it's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to just hold this somehow. And let's see what we get. Mag 1, shot 1. .488 feet. I'm glad I held on to that, but my magazine blew right out of the bottom. 488 feet per second. Holy cow. We're still sitting at 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. We're at 8. And we're just under 1,000 on here. All right. That was pretty crazy. I'm going to turn the preheater off. All right. I got to pick up my balls now because I blew my freaking blew the damn things right out, man. Holy crap. All right, so I don't know if it's still the heavy stuff. I'm going to stop now with the heavy stuff. I'm going to try the 8.5, 8.6 gram. And I don't know, I got 3, 4, 5. All right, so it only shot once. At least it ain't double shooting on me. But yeah, that was bloody loud. At least I hung on to the button anyways. All right, so this is going to be the Less Lethal Ballistics Smasher XLs. I turned the preheater off. We got enough pressure here anyways. 6, 7, 8, 800. All right, so that first shot, I lost a lot of pressure too. I went down 100 PSI working pressure. But it's still showing, yeah, it's showing about 900. About 900 right there. 900 and 800 on the output of the on and off. All right, let's see if the mag drops using the slightly lighter ammo. So I still obviously have a problem. It does not like these riot balls now, I guess. All right, let's see. At least the line's held and everything. So far, so good. It's tough, though, without having that stock to put in my shoulder. All right, here we go. This is going to be the second mag, different ammunition, 8.5 gram ammunition. We'll see if the mag drops. All right, awesome number. Never hit that much before. I got 500 PSI. 500 PSI. Excuse me, 500 PSI, 500 feet per second is what I meant to say. Interestingly enough, the magazine did not even budge. So that's good. That's with the 8.5 gram stuff. So I don't know, maybe I am not going to be able to shoot these 9.9s anymore. At least not out of these factory mags, I guess. I don't know. All right, so that was shot 1, mag 2. Let's go for shot 2. This thing's getting heavy without a stock, I'll tell you that. Shot 2. Nothing shot out of there. Wow, that's loud. All right. So I'm going to have to drop this magazine and see what's going on. Nothing came out of it. Wow. Okay. Holy cow. All right. You know that problem you were having, Sean, yesterday with your extended mag? Having it when you were doing the 36 gram test? Well, I have never seen this before. I don't know if you can make it out or not, but the follower nipple or tit, as you call it, it got shoved all the way down. It's sitting smashed all the way down the bottom of this magazine. So even though it didn't drop the mag on that first shot, it sent that follow all the way down. So I don't know. It's sitting inside, like when you take this off, how you can, you get that opening for it to come out so you can pull the follower and spring out. It's wedged in there right now. So crazy. All right, I'm gonna switch to the next magazine. Although I probably could start shooting the heavier ammo because it only did this for, it was only dropping mags for maybe 2-3 shots originally anyways. I don't know now. But let me shoot some of these alien play and see how the 7.3 gram works. See what I get for feet per second. Oh, yeah, of course I got higher feet per second. That 500 was with the lighter ammo, so naturally the feet per second did go up. 500 feet per second for that one shot of the 8.5 gram stuff. All right, now we got 7.3 gram alien play solid aluminum, the gray ones. We got those in here. We're sitting at 5, 6, 7, about 7.5 psi, and it looks to be about 800 on the mini. About 800 on the mini gauge. And where are we? About 700. Okay. I really got to clock these gauges better. All right, let's see what we get with the alien play. I don't know. I'm not having too much success here, though. I'm blowing mags out. I'm still having problems. Let's see what happens with the alien play. This will be the third mag, but we only got one round out of each of those other magazines. Let's see what we get for feet per second on this one. 508 feet per second using the 7.3 gram alien play. Magazine, it's still there. Hopefully the follower didn't get smashed down the bottom of this one. I guess we'll see if it shoots again. So mag 3, shot 2, alien play. I don't want my face anywhere there. In case that turns into a whip. It's 494 feet per second. So it likes the 7.3 gram. Again, magazine's holding, and the follower is not buried down the bottom of the magazine like it was for the other stuff. So that was shot number 2. Let's see, shot number 3. 484 feet per second. 484, shot number 3. Alien play, magazine still holding. Here comes shot number 4. 466 feet per second, shot number 4 of the alien play, 7.3 gram. Comes shot number 5. My arm is getting tired. Shot number 5. 454 feet per second. And the last one, shot number 6. 434 feet per second. Whew, this gets heavy when you don't have a stock. Oh my goodness. I mean, it wouldn't be bad even without the stock if I didn't have to hold the X radar. But, if I could just be able to hold the forward grip, then it wouldn't be a problem. All right. So, this magazine, and incidentally, it is the one that I broke a couple test videos ago. I did modify this one as well with the JB weld in here to keep the follower from locking. This one, even with the makeshift follower tit on there, it did not get shoved down into the magazine. It's It's only a little piece of nail, so even if it had, it probably wouldn't have got stuck. So, but the second mag with the 8.5 gram Smashers XLs, phew, sunk it right down the bottom of the magazine. I'm going to probably have to dismantle that magazine and fix it. So I'm still having a problem with the higher ammo. The 7.3 weight, no problem. A couple tests ago, we did the 4.6 gram Stinger ammunition from Less Lethal Ballistics. No problems there either. So that was more data. You know, more data seems to just not like the heavier stuff. It didn't eject my magazine with the 8.5 grams, but it did shove that fouler right down in there, right down in there. Again, I don't know if you could see it. I don't know. It's if it's, yeah, maybe you can see it there. It's right down in there, right in there, just stuck in there. Try to pick it out with my knife here. There we go. Get some of that JB Weld out of there too. All right, so I was able to free it up, so I'll shoot the rest of these. What I got left in there, 5. Yeah, five of these 8.5 gram. We'll shoot the rest of those just for fun, so we don't waste the gas. But yeah, so that fouler lock was shoved all the way down inside the bottom here. So, all right, stepping on ammo. It likes the alien play, doesn't like the heavy stuff. All right, what we have left now? We got 600 psi. I shouldn't be talking so much because I'm losing pressure as I sit here and yippity yappity. So let's just I'm not going to chrono these. We already know we got with the alien play. We got what was it, 500 feet per second, I think it was. So just going to shoot these for fun. Keep my face away from that. I am not comfortable keeping my face near I mean, this thing could turn into a freaking whip. I guess if it was gonna do that, I would have did it under that first shot when it was 900 psi. That first shot was rocking 900 psi on the back to the back of the Pistelli. 1100 in the tank, and 900 coming into the back of this thing. So I guess if it was gonna let go, it would have let go. So all this stuff, it shouldn't let go. I mean, all this stuff's rated for 4,500 psi anyways. So, but let's see what we got here. But it's still uncomfortable having your face this close to this. When I had the stock, it was coming out under. So I think we're putting the stock back on, I think. I don't know. All right. Down to about 300. And we're empty. All right, 300, so we ain't gonna get much more out of that. Yeah, one more shot, that's it. So I ain't gonna be doing any fancy testing, getting consistent numbers anymore, apparently. I was getting awesome numbers, consistent power, across 3 magazines, just a couple videos ago, until I started having this mag drop problem. I don't know if I made the problem worse by notching out where the mag release catches into the magazine. Maybe I made it worse by notching. I notched out two out of the 3 magazines I have. So I don't know. I'm probably just going to order 2 more mags just to make sure, and then I'll use all the pieces, pots, and build me 3 mags again. So, but we're gonna degas. with this setup, you gas through the handle like you normally do. And you'll notice that this will start to drop. You can see it drop. Okay, so degas works just like it normally does, and you're degassing, you know, the gun and also the 2 times 12 gram Umarex. Okay, so all right, that's all she wrote. Still have a problem. I'm gonna have to order a couple new magazines just in case that modification I did contributed to making the problem worse, because the problem definitely seems worse. Of course, I'm shooting directly on 900. That was 900 PSI that first shot. And it literally, with vengeance, it blew that magazine out of the, I mean, it, with vengeance, it, well, you probably saw it. It just shot that thing right out the bottom. You know, like my handle's a barrel now. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyways, I didn't take an awful lot of chrono readings, so the ones that I did take, I'll post the numbers on the video rather than do a session at the end of the video in the office. So, and hopefully have this up shortly. So, thanks for watching. The problem continues, not fixed.